Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my March wrap-up. So in March I didn't read as many books as I thought I would. I only managed to read about 6 books, so let's just dive into what I read. The first book that I read I checked out from the library, and it is called Ice by Edward Myers, and I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. It's basically about these 2 teenagers. Something horrific happens to them and they decide to join this EMT program that's available to them while they're in high school, and it's a pretty good story. I really enjoyed it, and I'm kind of surprised that it doesn't have very many ratings on Goodreads. I thoroughly enjoyed it and I definitely recommend it. Then I decided to pick up A Madness So Discreet by Mindy McGinnis, and I also gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. This book touches on some taboo topics, but I really did enjoy it. It's kind of like a psychological book. This young lady is like placed into this psychiatric hospital by her family due to some circumstances with her health, and basically she's just trying to break free of it because it takes place back in the day where the tests and stuff that they ran on the patients there were not humane and they were very painful. So she's basically trying to escape this place, and I really liked this book. Definitely recommend it if you like psychological books. And I decided to pick up something a little bit less heavy, so I picked up The Bad Beginning, which is the first book in a series of unfortunate events by Lemony Snicket, and I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. I can kind of understand why people really like this series, but it is kind of weird. Like, the stuff that it touches on is a little bit more, I guess, morbid than I would think would be in like middle grade books. I was kind of surprised by that, but I still did enjoy it, and I do plan on continuing with this series. Then I picked up this book that I've had for quite a while that I got from, I think, Book Outlet, and it's called My Name is Mina, and it's by David Almond. I gave this book 2 out of 5 stars. I didn't enjoy it very much at all. Some of the writing was pretty interesting, but basically all I got from this book was it's about a girl who writes in a journal, and it just talks about like her different interests and things that happen during her life. But I found out that this is like a 0.5 book. Like, there's other books continuing on with this. Like, this is like a prequel to those books. And I think that the next book, the actual first book in the series, follows a male main character, so it's not even the same character that we're following in this compared to the series. I didn't really enjoy it at all. I just thought that it was kind of a wasted book, considering I don't plan on continuing with this series, and I didn't really know that it was part of a series. The font in it and stuff was pretty fun. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, this kind of stuff I thought was pretty neat. It actually does look like a journal. It's got different font in it and stuff, like if she were to handwrite it. So it's pretty cool in that aspect, but other than that, I don't really recommend this book. Then the next book I read is one that I checked out from the library, and it is called Creepy But True, Tales for the Campfire by Joshua Warren. And this is like a bunch of different short stories that people have put together into this book. It was an okay read. I think I gave it 3.5 stars out of 5. And some of the stories really creeped me out, while the majority of them didn't creep me out at all. But they're pretty interesting nonetheless, so if you're into that kind of thing, this might be a book that you might enjoy. And then the last book that I read that I just finished yesterday or the day before yesterday is Hidden Bodies by Caroline Kepnes. This book is amazing. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Best book of the month, hands down. Probably one of my favorite books of the year, including the first book, You. This series is so good. I really enjoy it. I think it's really interesting to see that perspective from the actual person that's committing the crimes. I think that it's really awesome to see that. And it's creepy because you end up liking him, or at least I did end up liking him, even though he's doing all of these horrible things. There's just something about his character that's very likable. So I really enjoyed it, and I don't own these books yet, but hopefully I'll get them sometime because I really like them, and I really want to add them to my collection. So those are all the books that I read this month. Not very many. I had a lot going on this month, so I didn't have as much reading time available, but hopefully next month I'll be able to read a bit more. Let me know in the comments if you read any of these books, and also let me know of any books that you read that you think that I should read, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!